Hello, and welcome to another day, another creation. So usually I do these from bed, but today I am taking it from the bath. I love me a good bath. So I didn't want to record right now. It's something I'm in was like, just do it. So here we are. The vibe of today, which is April 17th, 2023, is kind of similar to the vibe of this piece. It's just transitional, unknown, what's to come, who the hell knows. This little saying up here, doing strange things in the name of art, has literally changed the way I view this ever since I found this. Every time it reminds me, doing strange things in the name of art. I think there was another one that says, don't hide the madness in your art. Listen, there's a lot of madness. Different eyes see different things. I'm working very heavily on not assuming. A big part of that is realizing how different we all are. What is normal to us, what is our basis, what is regular to us, could be totally foreign to something else. We cannot assume because we do not know. It's a wild experience. Get out there and paint the stars. I want to get out there and paint the stars and beyond in kind of stagnant transitional energy like this. It's hard to find enjoyment in the everyday, find enjoyment in everything. It's just hard to push through. And a big saying that I personally relate to a lot, and I think many others can as well, is the biggest smiles, biggest laughs, biggest just positivity often have the deepest sorrows. And that's the vibe I'm feeling right now. I think that's the vibe I was kind of feeling while making this piece. To be seen for who I am, to be seen for my authentic self, to be seen for the reality of the situation that is. But the thing is, I need to see myself for who I am. I need to see myself authentically. And if I do that, I'll automatically transition and be a byproduct of the external reality. Ooh, this one in the middle gets me every time. She set her boundaries and rebuilt her life. I feel like talking about boundaries is becoming a lot more quote unquote mainstream, if you will, which is good because it's important. But let me tell you, I don't think I've related so hard to a saying as that. I started setting boundaries and literally rebuilt my entire life. And something I was not prepared for, which I don't know what I was thinking. I think I just never put thought into it. The rebuilding process. There's strength, there's courage, there's bravery, you gotta put yourself out there, not care what other people think, not care what other people say, because they'll try to hold you back, especially the ones that are no longer benefiting from you and your connections. But after the rebuilding is done, and when you start living that new life, that's just a whole nother set of, I don't even know how to explain it. It's something I haven't experienced before. Don't get me wrong, there's peace, there's freedom, but there's also a lot of sorrow, grief that goes into the ways you work, because now there's a minute to breathe, there's a minute to rest, and things become clearer as to what they might have been, because in the thick of it, it's hard to tell. Now it's like, okay, where do I go? What do I want to do? How do I want to keep going and living my everyday life? And it can get really monotonous, especially if we're used to extremes or trauma or this and that. That can be really here and there, just chaotic energy. But when there's peace, there's a lot of quiet. And don't get me wrong, I love it. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. Peace and happiness. It's what I've strived for my entire life, but never would I have thought that this would also come along with it. And I think it's just the act of balancing and becoming more comfortable with this new way of life. And I believe once we all do this collectively, which, I think we can get there. Call me delusional. I don't freaking care. I've been called a lot worse. Once we get this peace, it's going to free up a lot of energy. What are we going to do with this energy? What are we going to do with this time? So now I'm looking into utilizing this time a lot better, which is still hard because it feels like work and effort. But in reality, it's just getting used to a new way of life. That's kind of what I'm going through right now. And this piece reflects all of that with the boat. Where's the ship going? Yes, go out and paint the stars. Oh my god, everything is different. Everything is so different. Our aspect's the same, yeah, for sure, but they're still different. It's wild. Work for success. When we put the work into ourselves, when we make that investment into ourselves, that is work for success, in my opinion, because success and everything else is a byproduct. Oh my god, actually, I read a story, like it's a quick story today, and it relates to this so well. A woman came out of her house and saw 3 old men with long beards sitting in front of her yard. She said, "I don't think I know you, but you must be hungry. Come inside and have something to eat." "Is your husband home?" they asked. "No, he's out," she said. "Then we cannot come in," they replied. And this part I don't get, but whatever. In the evening, like, why does he need to be there? Anyways, in the evening, when her husband came home, she told him what had happened. "Go tell them I'm home and invite them in." The woman went out and invited them in. "We do not go into a house together," they replied. "Why is that?" she asked. One of the old men pointed to one of his friends and said, "His name is Wealth," and pointed to another and said, "His is Success and I am Love." Then he added, "Now go in and discuss with your husband. Let's all do this together. Which one would you pick?" The woman went in and told her husband what was said. Her husband, overjoyed, "How nice," he said. "Then let us invite Wealth. Let him come in and fill our home with wealth." His wife disagreed. "My dear, why don't we invite Success?" Their daughter-in-law joined in with her own suggestion. "Would it not be better to invite Love? Our home would then be filled with love." Her in-laws agreed. The woman went out and asked the 3 old men, "Which one of you is Love? Please come in and be our guest." Love got up and started walking towards the house. The other 2 also got up and followed him. Surprised, the lady asked Wealth and Success, "I only invited Love. Why are you coming in?" The old men replied together, "If you invited Wealth or Success, the other 2 would have stayed out. But since you invited Love, wherever he goes, we go with him. Wherever there is love, there is also success and wealth." What a story! What a story! And that, I believe, is very true. Everything else is a byproduct once we invite love into our hearts, into our homes, into ourselves. So, here's to you. Here's to me. Here's to our tomorrow together. Going out and painting the stars. Yeah? Until we meet again. Bye.